Peace and blessings, everyone. It is yours truly. I am Amal Mari. I am the CEO of Synergetic Network Group, LLC, where we are the community liaison for entrepreneurs and consumers. Also, the CEO of El Kebalan Lifestyle. We provide African men's clothing and women accessories for those who would like to express their pride outwardly. I am also the CEO of El Kebalan Unity Alliance, where we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. And my Queen Amani Mari is the executive director of all of the above, of course. I am also back at home today with another outbrief, if you will, in regards to our entrepreneurial life. I like to be an example to people and not just talk. Okay. The title of this dialogue is "How do I get out of this mess?" Okay, and I entitle that because for the simple fact that I come from a broken family. Okay. My father told me at the age of 5 he didn't want to see me anymore. I seen my mother do drugs personally. Okay. She's no longer a drug addict. All praise be unto God. I give thanks for that. She made the right choices and changed her life. Okay. Practicing moral principles and making the right choices. And once those decisions were made, it transformed her life. And I'm no different. Okay. Coming from a crime and drug infested area back in Rochester, New York, where I was born and raised at, having almost lost my life in the streets numerous times to gang violence. Okay. And also having been one, all praise be to God for all of these things, who went to combat in the Marine Corps and almost got blown up approximately 3 times my first tour when I was over there. Okay. So basically I'm a survivor. I know what it is to survive, but I'm not a fool. I believe that God put some super on my natural. Okay. So you're wondering, how do I come out of this mess? Some of you may be in the same situation, or you're in transition out of that situation. And I want to talk about praying and performing until something happens. This is how we come out of this mess. Okay. Some people don't believe that prayer doesn't do anything. I understand, sometimes we pray for things and it doesn't happen expeditiously like we want it to, doesn't happen the way that we want it to, doesn't happen like the way we think that it should happen. But what I come to find is that, when it comes to your divine purpose, what's meant to be will be, what's not meant to be will not be. And what I feel from my personal experience, what I've seen in my wife and I life, I've seen 2 people who come from the hood acquire multiple real estate properties due to us making the right choices. Okay. And not only that, not only just praying, here goes the part where a lot of people, what they miss. Because so many people pray and they wonder, well, why isn't my prayers happening? Why isn't what I'm praying for occurring? And what we forget about is that we have a role in our prayers. Whatever we're asking God for, you have something to do with, believe it or not, that prayer or the prayers that you pray coming into fruition. And I say this because people forget the very intricate part, which is called execution. Execution. So how do I come out of this mess? Right? How do I come out of poverty? What do I do? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of people, they're praying, they're asking God to do something for them, but they're not praying, what do I do? what do I do? You're asking God to do something, but what you're not asking God is, what do I need to do in order for me to be able to obtain what I need? You're asking God to do something, but you're doing nothing. And then we expect for our dreams, we expect for our visions, we expect for our prayers to come into fruition, and we see no manifestation of a thing because we have not done our part. We have not done our due diligence. Okay? So on the day we celebrate, my queen and I, we give thanks. All praise be unto God for blessing us. Ola Damar blessing us. Peace and blessings to my brother Jeff Skolak and everybody that's tuning in right now. She and I, we work for a total of 7 days from sun up to sundown. Literally. Okay, this is my queen and I first time of us actually working a deal. Okay, actually contractually getting a tenant into the properties when we first purchased the properties free and clear. Okay, one of the properties in which we just placed a tenant in on today literally went, signed the contract, actually received the monies, okay, for the work that we put in. Okay, so we seen what we needed become tangible by not only praying, but by us working and doing what's required of us. Now, many people want to take credibility for everything that they do. Oh, it's me, you know, things of this nature. Well, I'm personally not a fool. I understand me, myself, that, you know, there are situations I've been in where I couldn't save myself. Okay. People can say whatever they want to say. I know when I almost got shot those couple times, when I was set up at the barbershop when they was getting ready to kill me because they found out who my family is at the time, or who I was affiliated with, okay, Amar couldn't save himself. When I had those two pistols pointed in my face at point blank range, Amar couldn't save himself. Okay? When I was almost blown up those 3 times when I was in Iraq, Amar couldn't save himself. All right? So for me, myself personally, I thank God that God put the super on our natural and blessed us to give us what we needed in a time frame in which we needed, because even our resources, okay, were bidded some mercy. Okay, we stepped out. We didn't just sit there complain about our situation. What are we going to do about generational wealth? Oh, this is happening. Oh, that is happening. Oh, I'm African. I'm an African male. Oh, I come from the hood. Oh, my father gave me away at the age of 5. Oh, my mama, I seen her do drugs. I didn't sit there whine and complain. I didn't sit up there and talk about my ethnicity, the pigmentation of my skin, my gender. We came up with a plan. We fixed our credit. We got the resources that we needed because of what she did prior to she and I getting married and what I did prior to she and I getting married. We came together, made the right choices, came up with a plan, you know, made some phone calls, asked some questions, listened to videos, okay? And not only did we listen to videos, we went to classes, okay? We bought curriculums. Okay, and then thereafter we executed. And because of what we learned, okay, and the various strategies and the tools that we learned to be able to run a successful real estate business, which we still are learning. I have no problem with saying that because I love being a student. You know, you learn when you're humble and you're teachable. Okay. And as I learn, you learn. I'll teach you whatever I learn, you know, along the way. Some things will cost you though. Okay. Because our experience becomes our expertise. And our expertise has a price tag called an expense. Okay? And that expense that we charge is how we pay our expenses. Okay? So I will coach you to a certain point, but thereafter, you will have to come out your pocket, because it has taken my wife and I literally hours of listening and learning. Okay? And it has taken us going on years now of actually being a practitioner of our craft. Okay, so yes, there will be a price tag on what we do. Okay, we have a charitable side, but then there's a profit side as well. All right. So with that being said, how do you come out your mess? My brother Dalian Adafo, peace and blessings. Thank you for tuning in. One of my good spiritual brothers. Pastor Eva, thank you for tuning in. My good brother Jeff Scholar. Okay. All right. So how do we come out of this mess, man? We get accurate information. My big brother Keith Curry, Apostle Keith Curry, there in North Carolina. Appreciate you, man. Long-time friend since 1997. All right. So how do we come out of the mess that we're in? A lot of us, we thought our way into the mess that we're in. We had to think our way out of the mess that we're in. And I am a person who I feel like we can't conquer these situations that we are faced with. I'm not the type of person that's going to sit up there all day long and complain. I believe in coming with solutions. Okay, and my queen and I are simply taking authority over our life. Yes, we've taken authority. We refuse to be defeated. All right. We have had obstacles. Okay. There's some things we couldn't do. Okay. There's some sacrifices that we had to make in order for us to be able to obtain what we need, what's necessary. How hungry are you? How thirsty are you? Are you really hungry? Are you really thirsty? Really? There are some things that we had to cut out of our budget that are luxuries for our necessity. Did you hear what I just said? There are luxuries that some people have in their lives, and they wonder why they don't have what they need, because they have luxuries. Some of us, we have luxuries like cable. Some of us, we have cable. That cable bill that you're paying, do you not know you could be paying for a website service with that money? That website service can then in turn generate you revenue. Right? But see, we have a luxury that is doing nothing for our necessity. We have what we want, but what we want is standing in the way of what we need. It's so many of us that focus so much on what we want, right? Now check this out. I like to pray the prayer of Solomon. I have the prayer of wisdom. So whatever I gain, I can retain and maintain because I have the wisdom to be able to handle it. Right? So remember, the title of this message is how do we come out of this mess? It's because we're praying for things that we're not even ready to obtain and won't be able to be able to retain. We're praying for things to obtain that we can't even retain. Right? Okay. Give you an example. Some people, they're praying for a BMW, but they don't have BMW money. You want a BMW, but you can't even afford to maintain the maintenance on the BMW. So why are you praying for something that you can't even handle once you obtain it? So you won't be able to maintain it. You can't even handle it. You can't even put supreme gas. You struggling putting regular in your car, but you praying for a BMW. So how do we come out of this mess? We messy thinkers. That's why we have messy lives. You understand? We're focusing on the wrong things. See, a lot of people don't know how to prioritize. I didn't fully retire at the age of 39 by me not being a person that knows how to prioritize. It didn't happen that way. I had to properly plan. And when I retired, I had to execute that plan. So I had to come up with a solid plan. So when I retire, it'll be a smooth transition. And because I made the right choices and I executed the plan, it positioned me to be able to fully retire at the age of 39. And to be able to move on to bigger and better things. So it positioned me to have a full income coming in to be able to support the dream. And then now I'm able to move on to something else to be able to help to fund the dream. So you want that basis, that solid support, and you want that funding to be able to come in, that funnel to be able to come in and to be able to fund your dreams. And see, with us getting out here, see, listen to what I'm saying to you. Because see, we doing this in real life, okay? Some of you listening to these people on here that they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, we have the title and the deeds in our hands, free and clear. I promise you, this king and queen over here know what they're talking about. And has properties and has real estate, real estate. Okay? We're in the business. We signed a contract today. We signed a lease today with a tenant. We have residual income coming in. I'm not boasting. What I'm just telling you is we know what it is to be entrepreneurs in real life. Okay, to put this work in real life. The money that we had got, it came from my queen working and being wise and investing. Okay. And that's how we were able to obtain those properties free and clear like that, because of her being wise and understanding investments. So how do we come out of this? It's not enough just to learn it. You got to execute. Okay? Well, I noticed some people, they love to pray, but they never do nothing. And they wonder why nobody don't listen to them. Because you know why? Nobody's going to listen to somebody say something that's not doing nothing. So although you may be saying something, but there's no fruit to support what you're saying. So people don't pay no attention to somebody who not doing nothing. Even me, I can't deal being around folk who do all that praying, but they don't do no execution. No, you got to pray and perform until something happens. So how do we come out the message that we're in, the message that we created in our lives? Okay, we do it by us learning and by us doing something about it. Here's this. I hope you're hearing solutions on this evening, because here go your solutions. Stop listening to people who's not doing anything. How you come out the mess you in? Stop listening to people who are in the mess. Okay? Who keep digging themselves deeper into a mess. Why are you listening to them? Why are you connected to them? Riddle me that. These same people that's digging themselves into a hole, you know what's happening? Let me tell you what's happening. As they're digging that hole, they digging you in that hole right with them. That dirt coming right back on you. And they burying you right along with themselves. They just digging themselves right in that hole. They going down and that dirt coming right back on you. Just digging you right down in that hole. They burying you right along with themselves. They're killing your dreams right along, you know what I'm saying, with them not ever seeing their dreams being fulfilled because they're not doing nothing for it to happen. Because you know why? Mental laziness and physical laziness and negative talking and trying to prove themselves to people who don't put no food on their table, clothes on their back, shoes on their feet, and don't pay their bills. You know? So how do we get ourselves out of this mess? Stop caring so much about what other people think. And you do what you need to do, what's necessary for you and your family. How are you going to save somebody else you can't save yourself? This is what I realized. How am I going to help build a school with no money? I was realistic about that. I said, hey, in order for me to be able to build the school, in order for me to be able to do something great like that, I have to have the resources to come in. Those teachers have to eat. They have to feed their families. So how in the world can I build an African learning center for our community? Or how can I write the paychecks and I can't even afford to even pay my own self? See, again, realistic expectations, right? Right? Everybody not moving to Africa. When are we going to figure that out? Everybody's not moving to Africa. And here's how I know. How can that happen when some people can't even afford to move to the other side of the city, even to another state? Matter of fact, from the East Coast to the West Coast, can't even move there. So how in the world is somebody going to move from Africa, you know, I mean, from America to Africa, and they can't even do that? People can barely even pay their bills, but we talking about moving to Africa. This is what I mean by not being realistic. So first, they need resources to be able to do so. And there's other issues that's more important than going over there. People need to feed their children. People are living in war zones. People are living in poverty. So how do we help people come out of that situation? By coming out of the poverty in their mind. And now how do we do that? By teaching them strategies. Teaching them curriculums about themselves. But not only that, people got to eat. The only way you're going to be able to eat off of that, unless you're an African history teacher, you're going to get paid for African curriculum. Because after we learn about ourselves, okay, that's wonderful. But guess what? There's still empty plates on tables. There's still a shortage of food in certain communities. See, so I don't play this game about, you know, making up some fictitious way about solving. No. We need financial literal information that's going to bring transformation into our lives. And it's going to start with spiritual teaching, moral teachings, okay? It's going to have to start with good health, okay? Because a lot of us are sick and diseased, okay? And it's going to have to also be teaching about economics, learning about import and export, learning about ownership, learning about what's the importance of home ownership, learning about why we don't want to tear up our neighborhoods, because when you do that as well, okay, first of all, the most important thing is having a wholesome environment, okay, a healthy environment to live in, right? Okay, that's important. We need that. Okay, but not only that, okay, we need to understand that when you tear up your neighborhood, it causes the property values to go down. Okay? So the reason why a lot of people don't want to buy impoverished areas is it has a lot to do with the economic system as well. Who wants to build something up that people are going to tear down? So this is why Kaumba is so important. To make our communities more beautiful than what we inherited it. So as an investor myself, okay, I have to look at all of that. I have to look at the demographics. I have to look at the amenities. What's in that neighborhood? Okay, what is there? Movie theaters around there? There's malls around there. Okay, is there schools around there? Is it a safe environment? Right? Because see, someone say, oh yeah, let's just buy back the block. That sounds so good. But when you're buying something, you got to look at all of that. If I should place this business here, is it a wholesome environment in order for people to come to do business? Okay? In other words, are we going to tear it up if I put it in there? So how do we come out of this mess? We come out of this mess by respecting what we have. Do you hear me? If you want to see our community stop being a mess, it's more to it than not having dollars being poured into it. I'll tell you what the other problem is. We tear it up. That's what the other problem is. So how do we come out of this mess? Teaching ourselves how to respect ourselves and to respect our own, that which what we have. Huh? We don't have to tear up our neighborhoods the way we tear our neighborhoods up. We don't have to throw trash and bottles all over the place. We don't have to do that stuff that we do. We don't have to put graffiti all on the walls and vandalize things. We don't have to do that. So how do we come out of this mess? By making better choices. By learning self-respect and to learn how to take care of what we have, to take care of our communities. We have to teach ourselves how to care. See, the reason why a lot of us leave is because some people don't care. And people get tired of that. All the arguing, all the fussing, all the fighting, tearing up the neighborhood. You know, blasting the music all loud. The neighbor come over to ask you, could you please turn it down? Nigga, I'm not turning nothing down. I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. Nah. Now you got to call the police. Oh, this nigga is a snitch and all this stuff. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Stop playing. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. But then an African man and woman leave and, oh, you abandon your people. Oh, the answer is not this and this and that. But when you try to talk to them, they want to fight. And we see, I don't paint this perfect picture like this stuff don't happen, because we've been through that. Have to chase a person down for rent money. We have property in the hood. Do you understand me? So we know what we talking about. Had to chase a tenant down, getting ready to leave. If we didn't pull up on her, she'd have left with the money. I'm talking about our own. So I'm not one of these brothers that's sitting up here just running my mouth, just talking. Grew up in the hood and deal with people in the hood. And some of them now up to no good. Because you know why? Moral character. That's why. So how we come out of this mess? We have to learn how to do business as adults and to do business right. Maybe more people will want to deal with you if you know how to do business right. If you pay your bills on time. If you do what you're supposed to do instead of mismanaging, misappropriating your funds. So how do we come out of the mess that we're in? We got to clean our minds up. Clean our mind up. Start thinking better. And that comes by way of the right teaching. The right teaching, and this is what I always say, sound doctrine applied brings about a sound mind. You need the right teaching. Okay? Because in this business, I want y'all to understand this. You keep listening to people. Oh, you don't need no... Listen. When people talk about using other people's money, you know what that's called? It's called a loan. Okay, my wife and I, we do this in real life. Listen to some real entrepreneurs tell you the way it really works. All right? Using other people's money is called a loan. All right? Which means you got to pay back that loan. Okay? So you may not necessarily have to use your money, but you had to pay them back. And how you going to do that without a job? Enough income coming in to be able to pay them back and to continue to run your business. So you have to come up with a realistic budget and plan to be able to execute these plans, all right, that these people are talking about. Okay? So we're here for those of you who are interested in embarking upon a real estate adventure. Okay, my queen and I, you know, we do this in real life. We have real properties. We have, you know, property under mortgage, couple properties under mortgage. You know, we have a couple free and clear, you know, things of this nature. You know, we know what it is to have a lot of land, you know, and to sell it, and, you know, or, you know, you trying to put something on that lot of land, you know, what you need to do to be able to find out what you need to do to be able to build something on that lot of land. Because, see, some people don't even know. You just can't take land, oh, it's my land, and start building on it. No, there's a code. Zoning. In some areas, you can only do single family houses. Okay, in some areas, you can't even put trailers. Okay? So I'm just going to leave that there. All right. For those who are looking at, again, you know, embarking upon this real estate venture. Okay. One of the most lucrative businesses in the world that has generated more millionaires in the world than any other business. Okay. Known to man is real estate. You know, so we would definitely love to sit down with you and help you and talk with you and everything else like that. Should you be interested in doing so, we're here to help you out. But we want to help you come out of this mess. You know, we want to help you to come out of poverty. And I'm not just talking about financial poverty. I'm talking about poverty of the mind too. Poverty of the mind. Poverty of the mind. Okay. A lot of us, we got to win the war over our mind. I promise you, when you master your mind, you will master your life. When you master your mind, you will master your life. I guarantee you, once you get control of your mind, you will get control of your life. You will find yourself coming out of withdrawing out of poverty. You will find yourself walking in divine favor. All right. Being an upright person. Being an upright person. Okay. We are people of faith as well. We are spiritual people. I'm unapologetic about that. Okay. God has put some super on our natural. Okay. And so a part of our blessings come from the Creator. Listen, when we bought this house, it came to us spiritually. My wife, she prayed. Now, listen, I heard my wife say this. I heard my wife ask God what she wanted. No money down. No closing costs. Hear me. Hear me well for you doubters out there that think, oh, this is just fiction. Oh, you know, I don't. Hear me when I tell you this. That happened. After we closed on this house, guess what happened? The deal closed that they had going on. After we moved, after we listened to the voice of God with wisdom, move at this time. See, timing is very important too. Even when it comes to the market and property, because you got to know when it's a buyer and seller's market. But, you know, we're going to say that for another time and what have you, you know, and see, that's what I'm saying. Timing, moving at the right season, because we moved at the right season. Zero money down on this house, zero closing costs. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? It was a deal that they had, and a month thereafter, after we closed, that next month, that deal closed. They have it no more. Right now, to this day, they don't have that deal no more. So understand, we walk in the spirit of faith. We walk in favor. Favor is fair. Favor is fair. Yes, beloved, I know you don't understand everything. I know you don't know why, but it doesn't negate the fact that still favor is on your life. How do I know? Are you eating out of a trash can? Do you have clothes on your back, shoes on your feet? Do you have a job? Do you have a car to drive? Can you put gas in it? Can you feed yourself? Can you feed your family? Well, with all of those things, and it may not be the best of everything, but consider yourself to be blessed. And understand that there's still favor on your life. Although things may be tough, it doesn't mean that favor isn't with you. Why? Because you're just going through your wilderness to get to your promised land. I promise you this. I know what I'm talking about. I went from sleeping on a floor. Hear me now. I went from sleeping on a floor, a pallet in my friend's apartment. And before that, before I lived in my friend's apartment, guess I was living with my girlfriend. At one time, I was driving her car going to work. I went from that, then God blessed me with my own vehicle. Then after that, moved in. My friend allowed me to come in there. Things was rough, tough for me at the time, man. Struggling at the time. But I kept hearing in my spirit, there's greater for you. There's greater for you. You're going to make it. I kept telling myself, regardless of what it looked like, because I know what God said to me. Had some rough relationships, married to the most beautiful woman I've ever been married to in my life. God favored me. Then I moved in with my friend. I only had a pallet. Listen, I went from a pallet to an air mattress. Okay? Went from that air mattress. Shortly thereafter, ended up getting my own apartment. Moved into my apartment. Only thing I had was an ironing board, an iron, my military clothes, a few articles of civilian clothing at the time, and my PC, my cell phone. Moved into that apartment, that's all I had. Shortly thereafter, got approved for my bonus money in the military. When I got approved for that bonus money, all of my furniture in my house got paid off. Before that happened, my accounts, I was living on the negative. Hear me now. See, this is not a game to me. See, I don't get on here and play these games with y'all. Like, oh, Marge's, you know what I'm saying? He done had a silver spoon in his mouth. No, I know I haven't. I come off of food stamps. I know what paper food stamps is. I know what it is to get credit at a corner store. You understand? I know what it is to jump the fence and go get a cup of sugar from your auntie. I know what it is for your mama to go get a plate from your auntie so y'all can eat. I know what it is for me to jump the fence and take food to my family. But if you hold on and you believe, you can achieve it if you just can conceive it and believe it. It's not a cliche. I am telling you what I know. Ended up paying off all of my furniture, everything. Went from sleeping on an air mattress with just an ironing board and computer, having an apartment full of furniture paid off. Now remember now, shortly after that, end up retiring. Now here's a young man who grew up in the hood, grew up on welfare. Father told him he won't see him no more. Mother gave him away, had a rough relationship with his mother. And now I am a serial entrepreneur with a beautiful wife. We own multiple properties. We're helping people to connect with real entrepreneurs in real life that can help them to get funding for their businesses, seeing people write books in real life, having one of the members in the business right now getting ready to buy his own land and put a school on it. So, how do you come out of this mess? Change this right here. Change this right here. All right? I love you all. Thank you all so much for listening. Again, this is yours truly. I am Amar Mari. I am a serial entrepreneur. My queen and I are business partners together, Amani Amari. She is the CEO, she is the executive director of all of our businesses. Okay, we thank you so much from my queen Amani Amari and I, everybody who supports us, everybody who went to our YouTube channel, everybody who went to our Instagram channel. Okay, we appreciate that. All right, everybody who's following us, everybody who's subscribing, everybody who's sharing. First of all, sharing is caring. So we celebrate you wanting to see other people empowered as well. So if you be so kind, follow us there on YouTube. Remember, I just ask people to go there because this is the way I feel. More people can reach more people. I believe we're sharing some relevant information by way of experience. Not only us, but we have interviewed subject matter experts that are more thorough in the business than she and I are. So we have people on there that can help you with your health, your spiritual life, you know what I'm saying? And your financial life, you know what I'm saying? I am not a financial advisor, okay? I'm only sharing information with you from the subject matter experts in the arena of financial literacy, okay? And it has actually helped to transform my life. If I had not worked on my credit, we wouldn't be where we are today. If my wife didn't do that, we wouldn't be where we are today. If we didn't work together as a team, we wouldn't be where we are today. How do we come out of this mess? We are a team. We are family. We are not an enemy. You know what I'm saying? A kingdom united can stand, but divided we fall. The universe commands blessings where there is unity. And there it is. So, if you be so kind, go to Instagram and follow us on IG at El Kebalan Unity Alliance. You can follow us also Synergetic Network Group. All right, it's actually Synergetic NG on Instagram. You can follow us there. Ensure that you go to our business page. If you are an entrepreneur, listen, man, reach out to us. We would love to bring you on the platform. We also do Facebook Lives, okay, to bring attention to your business. It's called S&G Spotlight. You know, it literally is that, you know, to put you in the spotlight, to highlight your greatness, to bring your greatness to the world, we believe, so that you can become greater. Okay, we also feel like nobody can support a business that they don't know anything about. Okay, so here, this is our ministry. We're financial ministers. Okay, this is our gifting. This is the way we move. You know, we are a marriage couple. We empower marriages. That's what my queen and I, that's what we do. Okay, we teach people how to transform their minds. She and I, we come out of religiosity and have embarked upon spirituality, and it has transformed our lives. We want to help you with that as well too. Okay, again, also, you already know we're serial entrepreneurs. We want to help you to at least start your business. Okay, start. Okay, we're starters. This is our gift. This is our move. This is what we're chosen to do, to help people to get up, get out, and get something. As Outkast says, you know, you need to get up, get out, and get something. So this is what we are here to do, is to help you to get up, get out, and get something for you and your family, and also to be a blessing to the community. Okay, you are a person who has a gift. We're here to help those gifts come out. Some people don't even know that their gift is actually a gift. And some people don't even know they can monetize on that gift. Some people don't even see themselves as somebody important enough for anybody to even listen to or to even sow into. But guess what? You are. You are. Okay? You are. Yes, you are. And if you don't believe that you can, I guarantee you keep listening to these programs, you will find out, yes, you can. Yes, you can. This what we're here to do, is to get you to know that, yes, you can. And you will and you shall, as long as you put your mind to it and you do it. I guarantee you, you'll get through it. Peace, love, and power.